So it's official, an announcement that hits like a gut punch for Indiana Fever fans everywhere. CaitlinClark will not be returning for the remainder of the 2025 WNBA season. No teasers, no hints, no last-minute evaluations. It's done. Straightforward and conclusive. The news has left fans reeling, not because it was completely unexpected, but because the confirmation came directly from Clark herself. She took to social media, posting on both Twitter and Instagram, thanking fans and explaining the situation in her own voice. There were no leaks, no behind-the-scenes whispers. It was her decision, publicly owned. She explained how hard she's been grinding in the gym, fighting to get back on the court, and how the disappointment was more than words could convey. Clark made it clear that despite her relentless rehab and the constant travel to support her teammates, her body simply wasn't ready. That kind of transparency matters, especially in a season where fans have been thirsting for clarity. For weeks, speculation flew around in every direction. Some pointed fingers at the Fever front office for staying too quiet. Others blamed the coaching staff for vague updates about evaluating her on the road trip, and many criticized the inconsistent medical narrative. Meanwhile, lineups shifted constantly, and the team scrambled to hold the pieces together. But now the fog has lifted. Clark's announcement cut through the noise with the kind of directness that's been lacking. She's in her second year, not a rookie anymore, and this decision will echo far beyond the remaining 3 games. She said she hoped for better news, worked endlessly, but the injury just wouldn't cooperate. That kind of honesty gave fans a glimpse into her mindset, and even though many are still upset, they at least know the truth. Her groin injury, which originally happened in July, and the lingering bone bruises have proven too stubborn. On some days, she looked ready, running drills, cutting, shooting in practice, but game-time intensity and contact are a different beast. Groin injuries are deceptive. One day you feel like you're 80%, the next you can barely move without wincing. That's the reality of pro sports, and it's a cruel one. The WNBA, already riding a major wave of interest this season, now faces a massive blow in terms of ratings and attendance. Let's be real, Clark moves numbers. When she was sidelined earlier this season, league-wide viewership dropped over 50%. That's how much gravity she carries. Her presence changes everything, from ticket sales to national broadcasts. Her absence will be felt deeply, not just by Indiana, but across the league. Some fans are even suggesting that the Fever held off on making this announcement until football season kicked off to minimize the fallout, though that's just speculation. Whether or not that's true, there's no denying that the timing is interesting. But here's the thing, Clark never stopped showing up. She traveled to every away game, stayed connected to her fans, signed autographs, and kept energy levels high even when she couldn't suit up. That effort deserves recognition. Now, without her, the Fever must shift. It's time for the rest of the roster to step up, starting with Aaliyah Boston, who becomes the undeniable anchor of the team. When she establishes deep post position early, everything changes. She needs to play physically, no soft floaters, no hesitation, just straight through contact, finishing strong and forcing defensive doubles. When those doubles come, shooters like Kelsey Mitchell get cleaner looks. Mitchell, who can swing a game when she's getting whistles, also has to adjust. Some nights she gets contact calls, some nights she doesn't. Her best counter? Change speeds, keep the dribble alive longer, and force defenders to commit before she makes her move. If the mid-range pull-up is there, take it. If help comes, floaters or skip passes to spot-up shooters should follow. Odyssey Sims, the veteran floor general, has injected much-needed composure. Her play isn't textbook every trip down, but it's tough, timely, and often momentum-changing. She doesn't run a clinic, but she brings grit, and that's what matters in the trenches of a playoff push. Then there's Lexi Hull, who's become the heart and hustle player. 2 black eyes, still diving for loose balls, still fighting for extra possessions. She won't always fill the box score, but her hustle shifts momentum. 1 offensive rebound becomes 3 points. Those 3 points win close games. Sophie Cunningham, when available, stretches the floor and stirs the pot. Her absence creates noticeable gaps in spacing and intensity. Her presence balances the floor and brings energy that's hard to replace. Natasha Howard offers veteran poise. She doesn't need to take 15 shots to influence a quarter. Her mid-post reads, off-ball rotations, and help defense speak volumes. The coaching staff needs to lean on her earlier in games, not wait until the third quarter to get her going. Michaela Tempson's minutes have been inconsistent, which is tough on young bigs. They need rhythm to thrive. Even 5 clean, purposeful minutes, set hard screens, rebound, wall up, can help her grow. And no, not every bench player has to be a microwave scorer. Sometimes the best shift is one with 0 mistakes, clean rotations, and gritty boards. Outside the X's and O's, there's growing debate about how the league treats its stars. Did the WNBA fail to protect CaitlinClark? Not every foul was dirty, but enough were reckless to raise eyebrows. 1 or 2 hits might be chalked up to physical play, but a consistent pattern of high contact and no calls sparks real concern. You can demand toughness and still advocate for protection. They aren't mutually exclusive. The league needs tighter rules around head contact and landing space. Not superstar favoritism, just consistent safety protocols. Now, back to Clark's decision to shut it down. It's not quitting, it's math. 3 more games, and a maybe in the playoffs don't outweigh her long-term future. She's 23. The Fever need 5 more years of prime Clark, not 5 extra quarters at 70%. Her call was the right one, and it's up to the front office to ensure it's the last long shutdown of her prime, not the beginning of a trend. That means smarter workload management, better rehab timelines, and yes, building depth. This season exposed a thin bench. You need role players who can step in without derailing the offense. Find defenders who can switch without fouling. Shooters who don't need 12 dribbles to get into rhythm. A backup point guard who values every fourth quarter possession. None of it is flashy, but all of it wins games. The playoff chase without Clark isn't a fairy tale, but it's far from hopeless. Indiana can still steal games with effort. Force turnovers, control pace, dominate the glass. If they keep turnovers under 12 and rebound better than the opponent, they'll have a chance every night. Late game wins will come down to 2 clutch buckets and 2 clutch stops. And fans, you've got every right to be mad. You bought the tickets, the merch, invested the time. You hoped for her return. That hope is gone now. Be upset today, but show up tomorrow. This team still feeds off crowd energy. Empty arenas don't get stops. Let's also put the "they strung us along" narrative into context. Maybe, or maybe Clark truly tried to make it back and her body said no. Rehab is full of almost. One good day, followed by setbacks. Teams hate setting hard deadlines for that reason. But yes, the organization could have done better. A simple no timeline health first message early on would have saved a lot of noise. Looking ahead, the Fever must lean into a new on-court identity. Run the offense through Boston, first play, every game. If she's doubled, you know the reads. Baseline skip to Lexi, slot swing to Kelsey, or high-low to Natasha. Add in a Spain pick-and-roll action with Sims as the handler, Boston rolling, and a guard setting the back screen. It's a clean, repeatable set that forces decisions. Early offense three-pointers are also key. Drag screens, trail threes, get aerial powers involved. If she hits a couple early, defenders stay home, and spacing opens up for Boston. Defensively, point of attack pressure must improve. No more swiping. Just square up, wall off, and force mid-range jumpers. When the first defender holds her ground, everything behind her becomes simpler. If she gets beat, chaos ensues, rotations break, and wide-open threes happen. Communication must tighten. Late-game situations? Keep it simple. Sims with the ball, Boston screening, Mitchell lifting weak side. For reads, pull up, turn the corner, pocket pass, or kick out. Pick one, live with it. Fatigue is real. These players are logging heavy minutes. Missed free throws and short jumpers are signs. Trim the playbook. Run a tighter rotation. Even a 90-second burst from the bench before a media timeout can buy starters 3 minutes of real rest. Use that wisely. No, the season isn't cursed. It's just basketball. Some years build you up, others humble you. What matters is learning. The Fever now know they need a stronger second ball handler, more rebounding size, and wings who can hit 36% from deep, even without a rhythm.